Hi there. Do you want to see why moderate Democrats are actually a threat to democracy? Take a look.
Yeah, I mean, the main race really demonstrates the civil war that's happening within the Democratic Party. And there are a lot of Democrats, moderate Democrats like myself, who will not cry tears should we lose Maine.
Yeah, so that's Melissa DeRosa, the former chief of staff to Andrew Cuomo. That Andrew Cuomo, the one who destroyed his career after severe sexual misconduct allegations that Melissa DeRosa defended, went to bat for, and then was caught doing retaliatory actions against the women who accused Cuomo of those things. But it doesn't matter. This is besides the point. The point is that she is on television saying that she would rather have a Republican win the Senate in Maine than a progressive, Graham Plattner. Corporatist Democrats like Andrew Cuomo, like Melissa DeRosa, are more aligned with the Republican Party than they are with progressives, because progressives pose more of a threat to their bottom line than Republicans do, right? If Melissa DeRosa continues to run corporate Democrats and continues to run against Republicans, she continues to make money, right? However, if leftists enter office, if progressives, real progressives enter office, they're not going to hire Melissa DeRosa. They don't need her. So she loses money, she loses her job, right? It is in her best interest to ensure that corporate Democrats and Republicans continue to win. And remember what happens if Republicans win. More anti-union legislation, more anti-abortion legislation, more anti-black legislation, more anti-immigrant legislation, more anti-queer legislation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because for Melissa DeRosa, it's all hypothetical. It won't impact her. She is rich, she is wealthy, she will be fine, right? When she talks about Democrats standing up for working people, it doesn't mean anything to her. It's all a game. It's all a game, because regardless of who wins, Republicans or corporatist Democrats, her life will not change. Her life only changes when real progressives start to win and take power, because then her income changes. Then she loses power, right? So a reminder where I stand on this: if I was living in Maine, I would be screaming from the rooftops to get everybody to vote for Graham Plattner, okay? Do I disagree with some things he said in the past? I do. Do I think that he has made some mistakes? I do. Do I also think that a true progressive party, a true Democratic Party, should want people to change and evolve and be honest about their evolutions? That we should want to welcome people who have grown and understood their growth, who have learned from their life and learned from the world around them? I do. Good. Big tent. Vote Graham Plattner.
So that's Graham Plattner. That's in Maine. Now, the Democrats haven't endorsed Graham Plattner. He does have a troubled past. He was a Nazi. He had a tattoo. He got the tattoo removed, and he explained it. I don't know what you could do. Can people change? Can people change? Do we allow people to change? But that's not even really the key. That's not even the key thing I want you to take away from this. I want you to take away that said there are moderate Democrats are fine with losing that seat, because we could gain that seat in the Senate. Democrats don't want to win. That's what I keep saying over and over again. Democrats do not want to win, or don't care if they win, especially if they're a corporate AIPAC Democrat, because they're going to get money regardless. See, a lot of people are okay. Chuck Schumer, Jeffries, Booker. They're okay. Her, whatever her name is, I forgot her name. But they're okay, right? They're okay with if the Republicans win. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't see the fact that we need to win the Senate in order to impeach this man and get him out of office. This man has us in a war where the gas prices are going up, when this country could fail. After 2 years under him, he could fail. He is delusional and losing his mind, and we have to get him out of office. That's priority number one. But she's talking about a man who had a past, who has talked about it, who is saying he's changed and wants a chance to redeem himself as a senator from Maine, but she can't have it because why? He's progressive. He's progressive. He doesn't want to keep the status quo. He wants to upheave the status quo. And then that's the problem with the Democrats. Right there. And we're going to keep that going. We got another message from him, because this is another message from the same one who just talked about the other one. But I don't know if you saw what's happening in New York with the mayor. They had the Israeli Day Parade. They do this in New York. They have a Puerto Rican Day Parade. This is in New York. They do that. It's a diverse area. I don't know why it's an Israel Day Parade though. Why is it not a Jewish Day Parade? Because because everything. So he's the first mayor apparently that doesn't want to go. He said he's not going to go because he's not going to go and celebrate a genocidal nation that is in the middle of committing genocide. They're still killing Muslims over in there because they feel they have the right to do it. So he said he wasn't going to go. He said, I'm going to provide protection as he should, but I don't feel like I should go. So the fact that he's not there, they're livid. They're livid. They say they're accusing him of being anti-Semitic and accusing him of hating Jews, hating America. This man is loved in New York. This mayor has shown that everything that the other mayors said they couldn't do, they could have did it. They all could have did it. They all could have did exactly what he's doing if they wanted to actually help people and not play political games. So we got a real mayor in New York who's making the people love him. They voted him in, and he's doing the job. But now you have a constituency of people, Zionists, that want to support Israel at all costs, are telling him, are accusing him of being anti-Israel, anti-Semitic. They don't actually give any evidence of it. They just say that he is, because he didn't come to the parade, because he isn't kissing Israel's ass and taking money from them. Therefore, he must be anti-Semitic.
Hey there, I'm a Jew in New York, and I want you to watch this real quick.
Mamdani is an anti-Semite. His father, Mahmoud Mamdani, is an anti-Semite.
I had this woman on my video. Apparently, she was on Bravo on some show, one of them reality shows, and her husband kept using the N-word, saying nigger, too often. They had to kick her off the show. Now, this woman is here, and now she's attacking Zohran Mamdani, saying that he's anti-everything with no proof, just because he's there. This is what she does. This is her grift.
Was one of the lead organizers at Columbia University's campus encampment. They don't just hate Israel, they hate America, and this is a growing trend within the Democratic Party.
Her name is Lizzie Sabetsky. She's a super well-known Trump-supporting Zionist and agitator who basically makes a living off of harassing people who support basic human rights in New York City. So, of course, I have to ask what America she's referring to, what Americanism she's referring to, because she's been very clear what kind of America she wants.
I also wanted to destigmatize voting for Donald Trump because there was so much stigma around that and people getting canceled for being associated. And I wanted to say, hey guys, I'm going to vote for him and here's why. And it's okay if you want to do the same.
So Lizzie believes that saying that the free press is the enemy of the people is American, or that federal police murdering protesters in the street is American, or that trying to illegally overrun and overthrow the election results of a presidential election is American. But here's where I get confused. Growing up Jewish, I was taught that our responsibilities were based and grounded in calling out oppression, calling out hatred, calling out bigotry, calling out colonialism, imperialism, and yes, genocide. That is quite literally what Judaism was to me and my family. It was understanding what oppression looked like and calling it out every single fucking time. That's why it's so weird to me when I hear mainly Zionist Jews in America saying they're defending America while attacking the very things that made America a refuge for Jewish immigrants and refugees. Freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of religion, freedom to protest, right? These are not threats to America. This is what makes America, America. For me and my Judaism, it's about as Jewish as I can get to call out people like Lizzie, disingenuous, hateful, and bigoted, for being bigoted. Because as a Jew, it's my responsibility to call her bullshit out. When someone looks at a Muslim man, the son of immigrants, who won an election overwhelmingly in one of the most diverse cities in the world, and their reaction to that is to call him un-American, I think that's more of a reflection on their Americanism than it is on his. So from one Jew to another, If your definition of Americanism doesn't include immigrants, doesn't include Muslims, doesn't include brown people, doesn't include Palestinian Americans, then maybe, just maybe, Zoran is not the un-American one. Maybe the un-American one is you. Goodbye.
So I think you can follow him. You should follow him.